All right, boys. So here's what we know about John McAfee's dead man switch so far. If you followed McAfee, you knew that he got this $ whacked tattoo on his arm back in 2019. And this was one of several examples of McAfee telling us that he's not suicidal, he's not going to kill himself, but he felt like people were going to have him killed off and make it look like a suicide, just like they did with Jeffrey Epstein. This man had some of the most powerful people in the world after him. And then a few minutes after McAfee's death, the whacked contract activated and people were able to start buying it on Uniswap v2. So this is his dead man switch, or at least this is one aspect of it, a cryptographic token. But here's some info about it, right? So the total supply, well, let's look at the total initial supply. It's 10 to the 27th power coins. But if we take a look at the current supply, it's already down about 20% since this started. So here's what's going on here. You have to go to this archived site set up by McAfee, or maybe he had someone else set it up for him back in 2019, promoting the whacked token. Now at this point, I don't think you were able to buy it, but a bunch of people got it airdropped to them in stacks of 9,000 whacked tokens. So if you look at whacked on various dexes, you're going to see sales of 9,000 tokens come up a lot. Those are just people selling their airdrop. So with whacked, we know that it's a fixed supply. New coins can't be arbitrarily minted. 10% of all transactions will be sent to a burn address, which means those coins will be destroyed. So if you try to buy like 10K of this token, then 1K of them are supposed to be destroyed. Also, 1 out of every 10,000 transactions are going to have the entire thing burned. So there's a 0.1% chance that if you try to buy or sell this token, that all of the coins in that transaction are just going to be sent to a burn address instead. So as a result of these two different ways that people's tokens can be whacked, the supply of the coins has already gone down 20% from that initial amount. So this token is hyper-deflationary, but keep in mind that this is still a shitcoin. It's a very risky investment, just like all cryptocurrencies, but being a shitcoin, it's even riskier. And it's also a John McAfee shitcoin. So this is either going to be a really good or a really bad investment, but this is certainly the shitcoin to end all shitcoins. And just to be as transparent as possible, since I'm talking about a crypto asset here, I should show you guys my investment. I don't want to accidentally do a securities fraud. So I am in whacked. Okay, I'm holding just over 27,000 tokens. Right now, this coin is ranked #1 on Uniswap and various dexes. So it definitely has some steam behind it. And obviously, with how deflationary it is, this could go up a lot. But you know, don't take this as financial advice. This is really more of a gamble than an investment, right? Like I kind of just invested on it as a whim. So how do you buy it? You want to get yourself a MetaMask wallet and fund it with some Ethereum. So you need Ethereum to be able to buy whacked. If you haven't already, so then head over to Uniswap and search for whacked with the contract address. Okay, don't just go in and type in whacked, because there's already several scam tokens that are being deployed. Some of them don't even let you sell, so like they are very obvious scams. Make sure that the contract address you're using ends with 3 E's. In fact, I'll probably just put this in the description of the video so that you guys can copy and paste it. So yeah, do that, connect your MetaMask with Uniswap, and then you should be able to start trading it. Well, you know, I was going through Dex tools, but you get the idea. So you select your Ethereum, and then you're able to start buying whacked. So like we'll say, I don't really have much left, but let's say that like we wanted to do 0.01. And then you can see for, what is this, like $17 worth of Ethereum, I can get 750.616 whack tokens. You may also have to change your slippage tolerance, because I know at least yesterday this was really volatile, so like you had to increase that a bit more for transactions to actually go through. Then you can just click swap. And at this point, you probably want to pray to the ghost of McAfee that you don't get whacked, because of course there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that all of your coins will get dumped regardless of how much you're buying in for. I think I bought all of mine in 2 transactions, and I'm pretty happy with this stack here. I don't know if I'm really going to go ahead and buy anymore. I think I invested just like $100 just to see what's going to happen. Now you're probably wondering, what happened to all of this dirt that McAfee supposedly had on the elites that he was going to release after he died? You know, what does this coin have to do with that? Well, right now, the hypothesis is that once WHACKD reaches a certain price, or once a certain amount of coins are burned, then the smart contract is going to initialize a data dump. Now, it can't really dump the data directly. It's probably going to be a link to a torrent or something like that. But again, that's just the hypothesis of what is going on here. Now, another hypothesis that I think is actually more likely until more convincing evidence of that data dump is found is that this WHACKD token is a gift from McAfee from beyond the grave. Because think about it. He airdropped 9,000 of these tokens to people back in 2019. And I believe that all you had to do to get in on that was to just email McAfee or tweet at him. You know, you didn't have to do anything and you just get 9,000 of these coins. Tons of people have those 9,000 bags, as you can see from transactions here. Let's see if we can find anybody selling some. I don't immediately see any, but they're there. Like, especially last night, I noticed that there were a lot of people selling off bags of 9,000s, which, like I said, that's the airdrop. So maybe he knew that his death and rumors about this being connected to a data dump would pump this shitcoin. I mean, you can see how much it's pumped already. From beyond the grave, and so that would allow his followers to make some money. Because imagine if this goes as far as DOGE, which I think peaked around 50 cents a coin. So that $9,000 bag that people got for free would be worth $4,500 USD. Pretty nice gift from Uncle McAfee. Now, I honestly doubt that this would go as far as DOGE, since DOGE proliferated a whole lot more before Elon pumped it. Like, you could buy it from a lot of different centralized exchanges, and even indirectly through Robinhood. Right now, you can only get this on Uniswap, which, you know, normies can't really into Uniswap. But we'll just have to watch and find out. The most elite autists throughout the world are on this case. There's generals on at least 2 different boards. So if there is something more to this than it just being a shitcoin to invest in, we're going to find out soon enough.